Hey everyone, welcome to the Creative Ready webinar. We're going to give a few minutes for people to enter into the chat and hop. Give a few minutes for people to enter into the chat and hop. Thanks again, everyone, for showing up. We're just giving a few minutes for everyone to gather in so that you don't miss out on anything. So if you're in the Google Hangout, welcome. And if you're watching from YouTube, welcome as well. And we'll just get started in a few minutes. All right. Can everyone hear me? And that's a question to people out in the chat forum. Tim, can you let me know? Make sure everyone can hear me. Looks like we're good. Awesome. Again, welcome. I'm going to flip my screen over here so that you guys can see my pretty face. I'm Jamie Applin, I'm the CEO and founder of CreativeReady. And we're thankful you guys have taken some time out of your really busy schedule to spend some time with us just to learn a little bit more about CreativeReady, but more specifically stock radio elements. We believe what we've created here with this business model is revolutionary, and we really truly believe that it's going to help those in broadcasting, specifically in radio and in podcasting, help to save you time, help to build more ad revenue. And so what we're going to do is we're going to spend about 10 to 15 minutes at the start, and I'm going to just walk you through the site, and I'm going to show you some of our products, what you get if you're a CreativeReady member. And then we're going to open it up for Q&A. I know there are some questions out there in terms of how this all works, and we definitely want to open that up for you guys. It's kind of the whole point of this. Obviously, you can go through the website on your own time. But it's always good to have a little bit of a tour guide for your first time if this is your first time on the site. And so I'm going to spend the first couple minutes, probably 10 minutes, walking you through each category, and then we're going to open it up for Q&A. Okay, so at any time if you have questions, feel free to enter them into the chat. I've got my good friend Tim with CreativeReady. He'll be moderating the chat forum in the Google Hangout as well as on YouTube. And so if I touch on something that triggers a question right away, feel free to put that into the chat, and Tim's going to collect everything. And then when we get to the Q&A portion, he'll submit questions to me. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense. If you are in, again, the Google Hangout, up in the top left corner, you'll see a little blue icon that says chat, and that's where you can enter your questions there. And if you're on YouTube, to the right of the video, it might be at the top or it might be at the bottom, but it's over to the right of the video, you'll see the chat section as well. Okay, guys, so without further ado, let's get started. Again, I've already said my name is Jamie Applin, and I'm excited to show you what we've got here at CreativeReady. So I'm going to share my screen so you guys can take a look at the website. And if you're on the website too, you can go through it. That's no problem at all. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the radio category. You'll notice up at the top of our navigation we have 4 main categories. These are our categories. These are our specialty products that we really specialize in, that you really can't find anywhere else. We also have some bonus content, which I'll touch on briefly at the end. But because the radio jingles and the audio beds and scripts are the new thing, the stock radio elements, I'm going to spend most of my time in those categories. Okay, so let's take a look in the radio category. And once you jump into this category, you'll see a bunch of photos, and hopefully it gives you a bit of a clue right off the bat what these radio ads, these campaigns are about. But what you can do right away if you want is head over to the filter by category, and you can select the industry you're looking for. So let's say you have a client who's in automotive. You can simply select automotive, and then it'll delete or it'll clear away everything else that is not in the automotive industry. And then once you, again, when you're browsing through, you simply hover over the photo, and then I'll show you what happens. A little player, audio player pops up. So let's just give a whirl here.
No-name car dealer, radio commercial, take one.
John, this copy can't be right. It says 0% financing on all the latest generic brand name vehicles.
That's right, Bob.
But what about this no payment for 90 days? That can't be right.
It is.
And only $14,895 for a brand new brand name vehicle?
That's right, too. And we're out of time. Nice work.
Stop wishing and start driving at No Name Car Dealer, located at 123 Main Street in your town, or online at nonamewebsite.com.
Okay, so I want to play that whole ad just to give you a bit of an idea, a bit of a flavor of the type of production, the type of ad that was. And again, the first thing you're going to notice is that the guys who are speaking in it are using, words like no-name automotive or generic co-op brand vehicle or whatever. It's basically placeholder. It's all, it's templated so that you would now need to swap that out with your client's information, right? So if it was, Toronto, the Honda dealership, then obviously that's what you'd put in there instead of no-name auto dealership. Okay, so just to give you, again, a bit of an idea of how it works when you're listening to those, in this particular category, our radio category, there are some minor customizations that need to happen. Now, I'm not going to get into the customizations part in this webinar. We do have some more in-depth training videos that you can find. I'm going to show you them right now, actually. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the how-to videos. And I definitely recommend going to this page because it shows you how easy the customization side of things really are. And some of these videos are 2 or 3 minutes, some are 5. But I definitely recommend going into that page and spending some time if you want to learn a bit deeper. Today, again, my whole point is really just an introduction. We titled this Welcome to the World of Stock Radio because it's a new concept. And it's intrigued a lot of people, but there's still some questions going, what is stock radio elements? So again, this particular webinar is just kind of covering some of the basics. But if you do want to get a little bit more in depth, please check out those how-to videos. So I think it's fairly straightforward. What you want to do is if you're previewing these, you just keep scrolling down and—
Hello, friend. And I am—
hover over.
Sadly, the name of the man who invented round.
Okay.
Getting it done the right way. As moms, we fix our hair, we fix dinner, and we magically fix our boo-boo.
Okay, so that just gives you, again, a bit of an idea. I'm not going to go through and play all of them. That would be a waste of time. But what I will do is let's pretend that we've found the campaign we're looking for, and now we want to download it and just kind of see a little bit more inside. So I personally love this Phil's mattress one.
Phil's mom just got a new co-op mattress at No Name Mattress Store. She's been getting to sleep faster ever since. Too bad for Phil's dad.
Oh, well.
This message has been brought to you by No Name Mattress Store, 123 Main Street in your town.
Okay, so a clever little campaign to do with a mattress store, and I like the humor of it. I like everything about it. So once you choose, that's the campaign you want, you click on it, it now takes you to the actual page of the campaign itself. And there's 4 particular spots in this campaign, so you can go through and listen to all of them. Again, for time's sake, I'm not going to play all of them, but it basically is telling you that there's 4 spots in this. They're all unique, but it's all a part of the same campaign, which again is what a lot of our clients love. They love the fact that it's not just one-offs. Those come in handy every now and then, but it's so nice to have a campaign with 4 or 5 or 6 ads because you get more longevity out of it. And you pitch it to your client, they like it, it can go to air for 3 months, 4 months, who knows, right? So it's great having a whole campaign already fleshed out. So once you are happy with this campaign, and again, this is if you are an All Access member, you'll see a big blue download now button. And you literally click on that and it'll download to your desktop. And what I'll do here is open this up and I'll show you what you get inside. Let's flip this over here. Okay, that's me. You don't want to see me. We do want to see this. So here's the folder inside, and you'll notice it's broken down into ads, right? There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So inside ad number 1, you get and these are all high resolution audio files. You get the voice. With this particular campaign, there's only really 1 voice. All of the other voices that you might have heard are part of the sound effects. But in other campaigns where there's 2 or 3, sometimes 4 voices, they're separated into separate files. And so you can, it makes it really easy for editing. So there you have your voice number 1. You have your audio beds. So that's any type of music or sound effects that are included that have been properly mixed and automated and bounced into a stereo file. And then you have a preview MP3. Again, that's what you heard on the website if you want to sort of jog your memory of what the campaign sounds like and what it's supposed to sound like. And then you have your scripts. You have it in a PDF format, and then you have it in a Word doc, which is editable. Okay, so again, the next step would be to show you how I would customize that. I'm not going to get into that today because we have to kind of want to be respectful of your time. We want to move on. But to see how then you edit and you do those little modifications and customizations, you can go to our how-to videos and watch that. Okay, so there's just again a quick sneak preview of our radio category. Let's go back to the site here and I'll show you into our jingle category. Okay, so we'll jump over here to jingles. And it's basically the same process for each category in terms of how you preview, how you filter. Obviously each category has a little bit of their own unique features, but with the jingles, it's the same feature. So you hover over the branding statement to hear how the jingle sounds, okay?
Get it done the right way. Get it done the right way.
Okay, so there's an example. And again, if you wanted to filter and just present yourselves with pop songs or country type jingles or whatever, then you can filter the rest out. Let's just listen to a few more here.
Everyone needs a hero.
CreativeReady.com. CreativeReady.com.
Everyone needs a hero. Needs a hero.
CreativeReady.com.
Okay, so there's an example. Everyone needs a hero. That could be used for pretty much anything. I always like to think of like a plumber, coming to the rescue. A guy he's your hero. The pipes are leaking and you got to call someone. So that would be a great branding statement for a plumber or any kind of service-based industry. One of the questions we always get is, well, how come it doesn't say the client's name? Well, again, these are stock jingles, right? So they're meant to be ready out of the box. The whole point is to be able to hear it, download it, and use it. Again, you can go ahead and customize these as well. You can take this and turn it into a unique branding statement, you know, for your clients. I'm not going to get into that, but there are videos on the how-to page that show you, yes, you can take, and everyone needs a hero branding statement, and add your client's name in there as well too. So it's very versatile, but what we're trying to do is give you guys a whole library of stuff that's ready to go outside the box, okay? So let's pretend, again, we're picking a jingle. Let's try that you can buy for less.
You can buy for less.com.
Cool. So I like that. I like that jingle. I like the female voice. It's kind of upbeat and poppy, so I'm gonna choose that one. So just the same as the radio, you click on it and it takes you to this page where you can right now download it if you want. The other cool thing about this feature is down at the bottom, you'll notice where it says related downloads. Now, this is basically any other you can buy for less jingles that we have currently on the site. So let's just go hover over one of those.
You can buy for less.com.
Okay, I'll just go quickly through so you can hear the different styles.
You can buy for less.com.
Okay, here's the next one with a male singer.
You can buy for less.
Okay, let's go over here.
You can buy for less.com.
So as you can see, it's the same branding statement, which could be used. I mean, you can buy for less could be used anywhere, you know. But we have it available in different styles, you know, whether it's a female or a male singer you want. And so that's the nice thing about these related downloads is that once you've picked your branding statement, you can also kind of hear some of the other available styles that have the same statement. Okay, so one other thing I'll say with the related downloads is that you notice the colors. We've got a few color coding sort of going on here, and that's basically, you know, anything. So for example, that's purple is the same musical bed, but with a different branding statement, right? So these two purple ones are the same music bed, but it's a male version and a female version. Well, sometimes you might even see, you know, let's click on this purple one for a second. And that will take us to a whole bunch of purples, if I can call them. So notice it doesn't say you can buy for less down here. It's different taglines, different cell lines, but with the same music bed. So let's play the original you can buy for less.
You can buy for less.
Okay, and let's quickly go to a different tag, different cell line, but with the same music bed.
Everyone needs a hero.
Okay, let's go to another one.
There's more fresh ways to go.
Let's do one more.
Come on in and make yourself at home.
Okay, so I think you get the point. You know, spend some time if you can. I'm trying to move quickly through this here. Again, out of respect for your time. But spend some time in this jingle category. It is by far our most surprising category to people, where they just go, my goodness, I've got a whole library of ready-to-go jingles. So it's quite amazing. So let's say we're gonna go with this you can buy for less. You simply click the download now button. This is if you're a member and you're already logged into your account. And then what I'll do is I'll also show you inside that folder once it downloads here. Okay. I'll show you what's inside this folder so you know what you're getting. Okay, so in this one, we give you 3 different cuts right out of the box. So there's a 15-second, sorry, that's the instrumental. There's a 15-second you can buy for less. There's a 30-second you can buy for less. And there's a 60-second you can buy for less. And then we go even further to give you the instrumentals. So there's the 15-second instrumental, the 30 instrumental, and the 60. The great thing about this, and I really wish I had time to show you, but the reason why we give you these 6 files is because the sky is the limit with how many variations of the jingle you can create. As long as you have that instrumental track and the vocals, you can mix and match. And if you don't like the 30-second edit that we made, you can go and make your own. So it's really, really cool. It's very versatile. And again, you can check out how that's all done in our how-to videos section. Okay. Sorry guys if it feels like we're tackling a lot, but I'm going to move on to the next category, which is our audio beds. If any questions are coming to you, feel free again to put it in the chat, and Tim will gather those questions for the end of our session. Okay, let's head over to our audio category. Just give me a second here to get set up. Okay. This is probably familiar territory to you guys because everyone who has a station has a library of audio beds for commercials, for whatever it is you're using it for. So this isn't necessarily, oh, revolutionary. Wow, look, they've got a bunch of, music beds. But what is cool about it is, again, that it's all in the cloud. It's all online, and we have these great filter by systems. So instead of, I know when I worked at a station or I worked at an agency, I had stacks and stacks of these CDs, and I had to keep flipping through, and they were all labeled wrong, and it took me hours just to find a particular bed track that I wanted for a commercial. So with this, you simply use the filter by, and again, you can go, let's say I want to have just a pop music style, and let's say I only want 30s. I don't want 50s or 15s. I don't want 60s. We've gone and edited them into 15s, 30s, 45s, 60s, and full length. So you have your pick. But let's say I just want a 30. Once it does the loading, it filters out everything except your pop songs that are 30 seconds long. So right away, there you just saved, I don't even know how much time, by getting rid of all the access stuff that you don't want. Okay, so that's awesome, if I do say so myself. So let's listen through. Again, it's just great having a fresh library of unique, audio tracks. These are also audio tracks you can't find anywhere else. They're not on any other stock sites online. All of our content is exclusive to CreativeReady members. And it's not content you can find anywhere else. So let's just play through a couple of these here.
CreativeReady.com.
Okay, so here's maybe a bit more of an acoustic comedy.
CreativeReady.com.
Okay, let's listen to something over here.
CreativeReady.com.
Okay, I'm looking for something, let's say, a little bit more rocky. So let's see what this does.
CreativeReady.com.
Okay. You know what? I like that one. It's kind of a 50s sort of 50s diner vibe. So I'm gonna click on that. And again, these are just to confirm, just to clarify, these are audio beds. There's no voice. There's nothing in it. These are just your musical background beds. Okay. So I've clicked on this track called My 57 Chevy. And once again, if you look down at the related downloads, you'll notice the different variations of that same track. So I picked the full version because I like to kind of, make my own edits. But let's say you wanted the 30 version.
CreativeReady.com.
It's right there, ready to download. Like we've already edited it for you. Let's say you want a 15.
CreativeReady.com.
Okay, so we know how much work goes into producing creative and advertising spots, and so we've tried to do as much of the work for you with creating these products, and I hope you'll find that, again, these are a great help. I can't tell you how many audio engineers email us and just say, you guys have just shaved so much time off of my workflow each day, so thank you. So those are our audio beds, and again, we've got a pretty massive library of all ready to go, lots of styles. So have a chance to look through those when you can. Okay, last but not least, in terms of our specific to radio categories, is our script category. And same principle, same idea, where you could filter by industry. If you just want automotive, click on the automotive button, and it'll basically take away anything that's not automotive. And then once you find, these are just previews. So if you're looking for something like it's an oil and lube, like kind of a quick oil change place, you can, click on it. It'll take you to the page. Then you'll actually be able to read the scripts. You always get the first preview, the one spot. If you read the little notes at the top, it'll tell you how many ads or how many scripts are involved with this campaign. This one has 4. So then to get them, you just scroll down and you'll be able to see and read all 4 of them. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward in terms of what you're looking for scripts. Once you download it, once you choose it, you click download, and just like everything else, it takes it to your desktop. And inside, you'll notice, let's just, for consistency's sake, let's just go take a look. Okay, open this up. Share my screen. Okay, so inside you'll see again we have a PDF version as well as the Word doc version for all 4 ads. Okay, so that category is very, very simple. However, it's definitely not something to shake a stick at. Having a library of pre-written scripts, even sometimes just to get that idea going, if you happen to be, stuck for ideas, this is just a great resource to jump into and to get your creative juices flowing, so to speak. Okay, how are we doing for time here? I need to kind of wrap things up in the next 3 to 4 minutes. So again, if you have questions, please ask Tim in the chat, and we'll get to those. So those are, again, the 4 main categories, the radio ads, the jingles, the audio beds, and the scripts. Those are specific to radio. You design them to help radio stations. I also want to clarify too, this resource, CreativeReady, is not meant to replace your creative team or your production team. We're actually here to help them. My background is in creative, and again, if I had a resource like this 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have as many gray hairs as I do have now. So we built this to aid your creative team and your production team, and not to mention how great it'll be for your sales team, having fully spec'd creative ads. Your sales team, if they know they want to go pitch, a travel agency, they could jump into instead of going and bothering production and saying, hey, can you make me some spec ads for my presentation? You can go into this, download it, and it's fully produced with sound effects and ready to go. And prospective clients love that. And same with the jingles. We know a lot of stations and a lot of clients who they use their jingles as almost like a bit of a signing bonus, because everyone wants a jingle, right? I mean, it's kind of cool. It's custom to you, whether you customize it or you keep it generic. So a lot of people will use it as a bonus and say, hey, if you're willing to commit to the buy, we're going to go ahead and get you a jingle made. So having incentive like this is just very, very useful. Okay, so it's meant for sales, meant for your sales team. It's meant for your production, your creative team. It's great for station managers because they're trying to keep everybody working and flowing. It's also really great, and we're finding for a lot of those 3 to 4 man operations where you're wearing different hats. So one day you're station manager, one day you're sales, one day you're production. So having a friend like CreativeReady is proven to be really good. Okay, let's just close by looking at our bonus section. Now this is stuff that we've collected. It's all exclusive to CreativeReady. We know that radio stations have blogs, they have websites, and so they're in need of stock photos, right? If you're posting news articles, we know some clients who spend thousands of dollars on stock photos. So we've gone ahead and we've created our own library of stock photos that you are able to download as part of your membership. There's no extra fee. You'll see $5 here, $5 there. and that's only for people who want to buy just a photo and not be an exclusive member. But if you are an exclusive member, you're a CreativeReady member, and I'll share with you how you can do that. You don't have to pay anything. Everything you see on the site, everything I've played you, everything you hear is free to download. It's part of your membership. So here we have tons and tons of photos in all sorts of industries. You can filter by industry, just the same as all of our other categories. So that's awesome. We also have graphics, stock logos, and graphic design templates. You know, being in relationship with your clients, a lot of the times you'll hear need for visual branding, or for, you know, I need some business cards done, or, you know, or we need a new logo. We spent all our money on the radio buy, and now we don't have any money for our logo. Well, now you can be the hero. Go to your client and say, well, guess what? I've got a logo for you. It's perfect for you. And you can browse through our hundreds and hundreds of logos, or here's some stationery designs. Again, you can browse by up here, graphics, design templates, logos, or vector elements. So again, just another bonus for being a CreativeReady member. And last but not least is our videos, our stock videos. This is our newest category, so we're still building this up. But there's always a need for, you know, concert footage. You know, again, whether this is on your blog or whether it's you creating a video for
Would you turn the screen on, please,
Yeah,
Jamie?
I'm so sorry. I just realized that I haven't been sharing my screen for this last part. So I do apologize for that. Let's just flip over here quickly. So here's some you know, some video footage, you know, that's again free to download with your CreativeReady membership. And I'll just recap real quickly without speaking, because you already heard the spiel, but let's just go check out some of the photos. You know, these are all a part of your membership, and we've got thousands of them. You can filter by a category, and we've got our stock graphics and logos and graphic design templates. Beautiful, beautiful work too. Like, I mean, we try not to put just anything up there. We want to put things up there that are actually attractive and that your clients would love. Like, imagine going to your client. Some guys would spend up to $5,000 on a custom branding package. And so imagine going to, you know, your local steakhouse and say, hey, here's a great stock logo for you, okay? And then lastly with the videos. So I do recommend you guys spending some time. I can't nearly scratch the surface of what all is available on our site in a matter of 30 minutes, but we really recommend you guys, when you get some time. It's the beautiful thing too about having an online resource, is that you don't have to sit with anybody. At your own leisure, you can go through and browse all the content that's ready. You know, it could be 11 o'clock at night, the night before a big presentation. You can sit at home, glass of wine, and just flip through all of our content. Okay, so that's a pretty broad overview. Before we get to questions, you know, for any of you who might have to get going, we do understand that. You know, if you're just like, hey, this is great, this is exactly what we're looking for, you know, I would invite you to go to the pricing page. If you want to find out, how do I sign up? How do I become a member? Head over to the pricing page, and there are two options. There's your monthly recurring billing for $49 a month. This is in US dollars. And you can, if you're kind of like, you know what, I kind of want to test the waters first before fully committing, no problem. I recommend going with the monthly billing. There's no long-term commitments. So if you sign up, you pay the $49, you download a couple things, and you're like, you know what, I just don't think I'm going to get use out of it, not a problem. You can cancel and you won't be billed again. If you do love it, which we hope you do, and the majority of people do, you just continue to be a member, and your credit card gets billed every month for that $49. The other option is your $529 annual. And that's not recurring. It's just a one-time fee. You pay it, and you have 12 months. You have 365 days access to all of the content on the site. So once you choose that, you just click Buy Now, and then it takes you to the checkout page, which is very, very simple. You set up your account, put in your credit card info. Everything is 100% secure. Okay, guys, so there's just a quick little pitch for you. I want to open it up to question and answer before we sign off. We do appreciate your time. We know a lot of questions come, and that is hard to kind of obviously come to yourself. So yeah, Tim, I'm going to open it up to you, and if there's anything specific you want to throw my way, I will try my best to answer it.
Jamie, we had an email question just asking about how often is content added?
Right. So new content. New question, or a good question. We, as it stands right now, we have almost 5,000 products on our site. So that includes everything that we have on there. But we are adding new stuff. It's not like you sign up and then you just get this back catalog and you don't get anything new. We are adding new content. We don't have a set schedule in terms of, every week there's X amount of jingles and X amount of, I'm just gonna, go back to here so I can actually talk to you. There we go. We don't have a set schedule in terms of X amount of products per week. But what we are trying to do is, every couple of weeks, get a handful up in each category. And then at the end of the month, our members receive basically a breakdown and just say, hey, in addition to what's already there, check out some of these new features. Check out this new feature jingle or these new audio beds or whatever. So we do our best. By law, we can't guarantee X amount of pieces unless we're able to do that. But as most of you know, it takes a lot of time to produce this stuff. And we are a relatively new company. This is about a year and a half. We launched about a year and a half ago. But we are getting there. And again, over 5,000 products to start with is not anything to shake a stick at. So we try our best to get new products on as regular as possible.
Something that you and I get asked on occasion by people looking at the site is, I guess, just a further explanation of what stock content is, and can other people use this same product? Won't another station be using the same content? Right.
Let me now I'm not sure if Tim's voice is being heard, to be quite honest. So I'm going to just kind of recap in case anyone, I think specifically anyone on YouTube. If you're in the Google Hangout, you'll have heard Tim's question, but if you're in YouTube land, you won't have heard that. So it'll just be a whole bunch of silence and then me blurting out an answer. Before I do the new question, just to recap after that first question, it was how often does new content get added? I think that was a bit of a no-brainer. The new question that was asked is to do with, hey, if this is all stock content and it's open to the whole wide world, that means that my radio station might be using the same content as a radio station down the street. And that is correct. That there is the possibility of that. That's kind of the whole, that's the whole world of stock. Instead of, I always like to use the example of photography. I mean, when stock photography came to be, people were like, I can't spend thousands of dollars on a custom photo shoot anymore. I wish there was a resource that I could just go and pick the kind of photo I want for cheap. And so introducing stock photography, and that's how it got into production and how it came to be. So we're doing the same thing where we want to give independent radio stations access to national quality content, but we know you don't have $5, $10, $20, $30,000 budget for campaigns. So by basically making this available to multiple people, we can bring it down to a extremely low price point of $49 a month, so that you can afford it and you can offer your clients high quality advertising tools. So again, it's one of those things where it is open to everybody. We've found, again, I would never, if I was in a certain market and I knew my competitor was also a CreativeReady member and they were airing, let's say that Phil's mattress campaign, I'm not, as a salesperson, I'm not going to go to my client and pitch them on the same thing that's already on the air. That would look bad on me. So it's always keeping an ear out, for what's playing in your market. And if there happens to be a CreativeReady member who's one of your competitors or in your market, you're going to have to listen. Are they using, what audio beds are they using? What jingles are they using? And stay away from those. And hopefully, again, with us having thousands of products, we won't ever crisscross. But yes, there is the possibility. Let me just shout out to our FAQ page. It answers a lot of these kind of questions like, hey, is this exclusive or what? spend some time on our FAQ page, and you'll definitely get some of the answers, probably worded better than I just did there. Anything else, Tim?
I think that's a wrap. I think that's all the questions that we received.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for spending time with us. I wanted to try and keep it under 45 minutes, so we are doing well with that. I do want to close a little bit. I do have the draw for free month membership. I'll just point you again back to let me go back to the website for a second. And I'll point you to a couple of just different resources that I've already mentioned. This is our FAQ page, which you can find at the bottom, okay, under the Learn More section. There's the FAQ, and then also the how-to videos. These, again, I can't speak highly enough of them because it shows you guys watching this. Let's say you watch the recorded version of this and you're like, oh man, I wish I could have asked the whole customization thing, you know, because that seems like that could be very difficult. And well, let me tell you, it's not. We've designed it so that it's very, very easy, and customizations can be done within minutes. So watch these videos and make your way through them. And then if you still have questions, just contact us. We'd love to hear from you and do the best we can to answer those questions. I think that's it. Again, just to recap on terms of the pricing structure, it's $49 a month, a recurring payment, or it's an annual one-time fee of $529. You're able to buy the products one by one if you want. I know people who don't like to commit. They have committal issues, so they want to buy one by one, and that is possible. I'm going to need to sign out of my account. There we go. Let's go back to the jingles. If you wanted to not be a member, again, just buy this jingle because you love it so much, you can buy it right now for $99. But it just makes more sense to get the all access pass at $49 and then go and download it. So again, this is just for those who have commitment issues. Anyway, I hope that all makes sense, guys. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out. We also have a toll-free number if you want to call us and talk to us directly, or feel free to email us. All right, let's get to the free membership here, which I'm sure most of you guys are interested in. So I have a bowl. Okay, I'm picking a name. I'm not going to read the whole name because I don't want to get into any liability issues, but I will read the first name, and then I will, a representative will follow up with you because we have your email address. Okay, and again, part of the thing was too, you needed to be a part of the whole webinar. So for those of you who are still watching, let's hope that you're still here. So this is Marshall. And I'm going to take a minute because if we don't have Marshall, we're going to need to pick another name. So Tim, do you see anybody on? We don't have any Marshall in the Hangout. So Marshall, if you're on YouTube, you'll just need to speak into the chat room, say hello, yes, I'm here, and we can give you your prize. And if not, then I will pick another name. So Marshall. Not seeing a Marshall. Well, that's too bad. Okay, let's go to the next name. Okay, picking one here. And drum roll, please. Brad. I wish I could say the last name, just so that it's clear, but Brad, are you there? Now, there's a bit of a delay on the YouTube feed, so we do just need to wait a second here. Oh man, these poor people who didn't stick around. Okay, I'm going to go on to the next one. If for some reason, let's say you were here and you just for some reason couldn't get into the chat, email us. We will not leave you high and dry. We will take care of you, and we'll definitely set something up. Let's go on to the next name, okay? Okay, Heather. And there's a middle initial A. Heather A. Can't say your last name. But I think I think Heather might be on. Again, just waiting for the delay on YouTube. Okay, we do have a Heather here. Heather, awesome. Heather A, last name. Very cool. Okay, so Heather, I will, myself or one of our representatives will follow up with you and get you your free month's membership at CreativeReady. Awesome, thank you guys. We appreciate your time. We know you guys are busy, and we give kudos to you for taking the time in the middle of your day. We do these regularly. We also have different types of webinars to get a bit deeper in. But if you know of anyone else who wants that introduction, you can send them to this same YouTube link and they can watch the recorded version or keep an eye out on our website for any upcoming webinars. Thank you guys so much for your time, and we do appreciate it. Have a great day.